Hi, my name's Sarah Jane and I'm the owner of the Yoga Pilates place here in Glasgow in Scotland. So this little video is all about me teaching you the 5 ways that Pilates can completely save your life. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but it's so not, because it does. I discovered Pilates nearly 20 years ago, and at the time I used to be a professional runner. I used to run the 800 meters and I was really competitive. If you weren't sweating, you weren't working, that was my whole mentality. I was probably better at the 1500 meters, but I did prefer the 800 meters. Don't know what that says about my personality, but anyway. And I first tried my first Pilates class, and it was here in Glasgow, it was in Scotland, and I just didn't get it. I just was like, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. There was all these bendy people, and it just didn't connect. I thought, what was that? But there was all this hype and stuff going on, but especially back in the late 90s, it was like a huge, this big boom of this new exercise thing. And at that point, I had started teaching fitness as well, so I had made it my career. And I just was like, I was intrigued by this thing that was meant to lengthen and strengthen your body. And yet I was in this mat-based Pilates class and I just was like, what is this? And it really annoyed me because I was naturally always really good at things, health and fitness, exercise-wise, but yet this, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand really what I was doing. And I almost felt like, I was almost like everybody else got it. They knew what they should be feeling, or it seemed that way. And I'm just here in this class and I'm like, I haven't a clue. I don't know where my back should be. I don't know where I'm meant to be feeling this. And they're talking about tension in your body and I'm like, what? Where? So I then went on a mission. So I did have that mentality of if you weren't sweating, you weren't working. That was my motto. And I believed that. I believed that you had to be high impact and everything had to be sweat. You had to work, you had to look like you had done a workout. You had to look like wring your body out. You get home and you're squeezing the clothes out, and the more sweat, the better. That was where I was at back then. And then I got an injury, my lower back, and I was doing major high impact classes. At the time I was teaching probably about 25 fitness classes. So those ranged, I was working for big private companies as well as council facilities, teaching all the classes that you can imagine, all your Les Mills, your body pump, your body combat, your body attack. Body attack came a wee bit later, body step aerobics, you name it, I was teaching it, and I loved it. I loved the buzz. And then the injuries started to creep in. I was only in my early 20s and this was my career. And a few years previous, I'd been to that Pilates class, I'd been to a few, and anyway, I was luckily down at a convention down in London, and I stumbled across a Pilates class, and it was Michael King, who, if you know Pilates, Michael King's well respected in the industry. And it was a reformer class. Now, if you look behind me, there's all this weird stuff. So these are reformers, just in case you're wondering. It's not anything to do with 50 Shades of Grey. I know it looks a bit naughty. Anyway, so I was on one of these things. I'd never been on one, and I always thought Pilates was just about being on the mat until I did this class. And it was like this light bulb went off. It was just like I finally got it. It was like I remember the teachers talking about tension in your body, and I felt this control, and I felt muscles working. And what Michael was saying in that class really resonated with the pain and the lower back pain that I was experiencing at that point. Now, I never got diagnosed as a slip disc, never went to get it checked out, whether or not that was the issue, but it had all those symptoms. I had sciatic nerve pain as well going down. It was mainly my left side, and I still to this day have problems with that, but boy, how I manage that and how I work. So that was back in early 2000s, and I never looked back from that moment on. And I went on this self-discovery, self-teaching, every course that I could go on in Pilates, and I initially did my training with Michael King Pilates back in the early noughties, and I've never looked back. And when I say that Pilates can save your life, I honestly mean this. So here are my 5 top ways that Pilates can save your life. So first one is posture and alignment. Now this is a big thing, we hear it, it's a really big thing just now, but it's always been huge. Every single client that comes through my door, it is posture. We're all in this way where we're just sitting, we're text head, we're sitting in the car all day, we're lying down in our beds all night. You know, think about how your day runs. You lie in your bed all night, you get up, what do? You go to the bathroom, you maybe get a shower, you're sitting down, you get your breakfast, sit down at the table, you get dressed, you go out, you go to the car, or get public transport, you're sitting down, you go to work, you sit down in the office, you're sitting on your butt all day. And what that does, why is that so important? So you're constantly in this overflex position. The muscles in your legs really tighten up. You might find some of you can't even reach your toes. Your hip flexors get really tight, your abs get really weak, your lower back gets really, really weak, and actually sitting puts more pressure on your lower back than standing. You get this whole head thing that starts drooping, and you get this whole big dip thing going on here. And then we start getting these symptoms like headaches, can't sleep, lower back, achy neck, you're like, oh, I just feel a little bit. Hip problems, knee problems, ankle. Do you get it? Your alignment and your posture is so important, and that is me just talking about the structure of your body. That's not to mention your internal organs as well. Your posture and how you carry yourself affects your organs, every part of your body, and including your mind. How you carry yourself, how you hold your muscles in space is so vitally important. I can't stress it enough. And we generalize and we talk about postures. Oh, I need to fix my posture. Just stand up tall. Well, how do you know you're in the right posture? What's going on in your pelvis? What's going on in your ribs? What's happening around the shoulders? Are you suffering from neck and shoulder problems? Are you getting chronic headaches and migraines? Let's start thinking about what we're doing to our bodies, and that's the first thing that Pilates does, is it corrects your posture and your alignment. Now the next one, now I put this in because pretty much most of the people that come to me have back problems. So the second one is that we, with Pilates, with this amazing work, can help you overcome back problems. Now, of course, if there's more sinister things going on there, you know, we're not miracle workers, but I can assure you, once you've been checked out with your medical practitioner, if they're worth their socks, they'll send you to a good Pilates instructor to get your strength, your stability, and your flexibility and mobility back into your body. So back pain is such a general statement, and we're all on the edge of that, especially if we have quite sedentary through the day, 8 to 12 hours of the day, sitting down in that kind of flex spine position, shortening the muscles, everything's getting tighter. We're almost like a little ticking time bomb waiting to go off. So back pain. Back pain cripples you. It ruins your mood. It ruins what you can do on a daily basis. It's not just the biomechanics, it's not just the structure, but if you've got chronic back pain, it just almost just destroys and takes over your whole life. It really does. And only by us educating you, whether it's us or any other great Pilates instructor out there, please try this. The next one is longer and leaner muscles. So we want to think about, you know, you do weights, you lift the dumbbell, you lift the barbell up, you've got the shortening of the muscles. Well, on these machines, and even in the mat Pilates class, you are lengthening and stretching the muscles as you move. So you're not just bulk, 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 bulk. You've got that length and flexibility and strength combined. So we're working, as we call it in the trade, for those that are maybe a wee bit more clued up in the terminology, we're working both the eccentric and the concentric movements through that. Next one, so the fourth, is flexibility. It's often the component of fitness that's really forgotten about is flexibility. You know, the number of people that come in and see me, and they're you know, their resting heart rate's great. They're out, they're jogging, they're doing marathons, they're doing stuff, they're going to the gym, but they can't touch their toes. They can't do normal functioning things. I ask them, so you're going out for your marathon, you're doing your training, are you stretching after it? Yeah. You get that response of, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh. Okay, it is so important to get flexibility and movement in your body. And lastly, I want to share this with you. Now this is actually a quote from one of, I've never met Carola, she's now passed away. Carola was a Pilates, as we call first generation Pilates teacher. And this was a quote that she would use to describe what Pilates is. And this is the final one for me, number 5. And I want to read this out. And it's, Pilates is the mind and the body working together. And it's about your mind will never be clear if your body is not physically fit. Think about that. Your body, your mind will never be clear if your body is not physically fit. So just think about that. Think about that. If you're feeling tired, if your body is not at its prime, you're not feeling good, you're not feeling loose, you're not feeling strong in your body, that has an effect on everything. Your thought process, your mood, your relationships, your work. It really is that important. So those are my 5 main reasons why Pilates can save your life. So if you're interested in finding out more, then just pop your details below. I have put a free class, so you can come and try a class with us completely for free. Pop your details below. And if you're not close by in Glasgow, we're in Kinning Park in Glasgow, but don't worry if you're in the States or if you're in Australia, wherever you are, pop your details below. Make sure you sign up to our newsletter, because we're just about to launch our online training where you can take classes with us and courses with us no matter where you are in the world. So if you like what I've got to say and you want to know more, pop your details below.